You booked Tekashi before for shows.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, his last show that he did before he got locked
the
up
last
was
show,
your
the Wild 'N
show.
Out show.
When he gets out, are you going to book him again?
Am I? This is why I'm gonna say this, because again, everybody calling him a snitch and he was being Daniel. Daniel was never Daniel's the same Daniel like as he was before they turned him into a blood. Like the streets, he was never from the streets. We knew that. And that's why he was able to call real gangsters pussies and tell them to suck their dick and all of that stuff, because he's not a street dude. The dudes he was with, they were some real ones. You know what I mean? So, but himself, he's an entertainer. Just like Eminem is an entertainer. He don't want no kind of smoke. Like they're entertainers. So I'm supposed to hold an entertainer to the street code? If somebody, this entertainer is being threatened that someone's gonna kill him and that's why they arrested him, or that's why they put him in PC because let's get our agent out of there. Like let's they're doing things with the mother of his children. You know what I mean?
Allegedly
or whatever. They're messing with his family. Let's say that. And we're supposed to, all of a sudden, he's supposed to stand up and be the most stand-up, solid, secure Nino Brown. Nino Brown even snitched. like he's supposed to be the most gangster motherfucker ever.
Tekashi cooperated on his first day in. He got there and said, "Who do I have to tell on to get out of here?"
Right. Just like you would, but like this like the average person who doesn't.
I wouldn't look.
Why does
I don't think I would tell all my friends. And
are those his friends and they're threatening to kill him?
Nah, I understand your point.
Like,
I see your point. In
he's not a gangster. Like that's like now if for somebody who I've known to be a gangster, then they fold. You can't come back to the streets. You can't be from the block. You all kinds of rats and all of that stuff. But somebody who, we know you Mickey Mouse from the day front, you call Mickey Mouse is a rat. Wow. Say it ain't so. No, motherfucker, we knew Mickey Mouse was a rat.
Well, I interviewed Melvin Farmer. He was one of the founders of the 8 Tray Crips.
Right.
And he said something interesting that I've mentioned in a lot of my interviews. He said that he left gangbanging because he felt that the Crips and Bloods are anti-black organizations.
Yeah, the civil rights movement stopped because of Crips and Bloods. When we started going to prison, we had to fight the Mexican mafia, the black guerrilla family. We coming in there following George Jackson, Geronimo Pratt. These were, they just had the San Marin shootout where they went and tried escaping from San Quentin, from Soledad to Soledad Brothers and all that. And here it is, a group of young blacks coming in for getting into it with blacks. They didn't like that.
Ooh, now you're going deep.
And he said that he feels those are the actual, those organizations are the reasons that the civil rights movement got stalled out.
I agree. I don't know if I agree with the first part because I won't say they're anti-black organizations. They were established because of the civil rights movement, and then because of the feds putting crack cocaine and many other substances and things into our community, we were then conditioned to turn against one another. Because the reason why the Crips were established, the reason why the Bloods were established, the reason why the gangs in Chicago were established was to defend our communities against white people, against racist individuals that were terrorizing our neighborhoods and trying not to get us to be able to live in their communities.
Right.
So we had to rally together.
Right.
And then that power stuff you talked about, we started having so much power that we turned against each other.
Right. He said that the Crips and Bloods are the only organizations that kill other black people.
Imagine if the Crips and Bloods truly came together and used that power to fight the oppressors. Every problem would be solved. Imagine if every Crip and Blood had the mentality of the FOI, of the Fruit of Islam, and moved like they moved.
Yeah, man.
We'd be a military force in this nation that couldn't be fucked with.
Yeah, I mean, I just interviewed...
and then all the bags would come.
I just interviewed Brother Nuri Muhammad.
Yeah, I saw it.
You know, and I use FOI for my security.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah. And, you know, I understand that Farrakhan said some things about Jews and so forth, but I look past that.
Again,
And I
what
respect.
did he say about him?
He called it a gutter religion, stuff like that.
But this is the thing, because if you also understand what the minister talks about is about the original people, and who are the original Hebrews, and there's such a connection that listen to my song, I think I know what it is, where he's talking about being the heir to the vineyard. When you understand what that truly is talking about, and we talk about the chosen people, when we are who we are. I did an interview with Professor Griff for my Candace class that breaks.
I've interviewed Griff.
Yeah, that breaks this down in such a way. When he talks about stealing your bike, and he breaks it down as metaphors. Like we talk about, oh, we're anti-Semitic. No, we just want what you have. We want to be the chosen ones as well. And so a lot of those things that the minister originally talks about, he has no hate for anyone. If he has so much power that if he hated someone, you would see the people that he hated be dealt with. He embraces with love. They hate the truth that he speaks.
Well, I see the bigger picture. I don't get caught up in certain comments and stuff like that, even
Right.
if they are aimed towards,
Misconstrued.
aimed towards me or people that
I don't think
my family
I don't
and
think
so forth.
they're aimed
Because I feel that overall what the Nation of Islam does is very commendable. They took a group of people who
We're giving up on.
Were disorganized and
disenfranchised,
and they turned them into people
disciplined.
that were disciplined. Nuri Muhammad is older than me and looks great.
God-fearing.
Yeah.
Just even just the spiritual food, all the way to eat to live.
I mean, I interviewed him. I interviewed another NOI member. Hold on.
And it's powerful, man, when you just think about what the Nation of Islam has done in the last century of how many lives they've saved, how they uplift our women.
Yeah, Dr. Wesley Muhammad was the other person
powerful brother
that I interviewed. Yeah, man. No, I dig overall what they're doing and the principles they stand on and what they're trying to accomplish. I mean, in fact, I want to interview Farrakhan at some point.
Yeah, so do I.
I could do that before he passes.
Yeah.
Me and I reached out to Nuri about that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's a very interesting organization, and I think they've done a lot of good.
And we just think the word Islam scares people.
Yeah.
Specifically in America.
But there's that.
Whether it's your beard or my turban, whether these ideas of fear that have been implemented in us, when we hear the principles, we know what the word Islam means. We know that it's all about peace. But because the rhetoric has been taught us that they hate us, they're terrorists, all of these things, then therefore, soon as someone says something or calls someone a devil or all this something, all of a sudden they're anti-Semitic or they hate. Man, we love Jewish people. We believe we are the same people. We love you so much that we truly believe that the Hebrew blood flows through our veins.
Yeah.
So why would I?
Well, you have Ethiopian Jews in Israel. I mean, it's established. It is what it is.
Right.